Hello there, sleepy cuties. It's time to snuggle in, pull the blanket a little higher, and let the day melt away. Your eyelids might already feel heavy, that's okay. We're about to drift together into a world of warmth, kindness, and gentle adventure. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel your chest rise and fall, soft as the waves on a quiet lake. Now imagine a soft glow blooming around you, a golden light that feels like a warm hug. That light will carry us into the world of dreams. In this dream, far beyond the hills and clouds, lies a place where the stars hang low and the grass hums tiny songs. It's a land filled with colors you can taste, laughter that floats in the wind, and creatures who love nothing more than to share stories by moonlight. This is the land of Ooo like dreams. And tonight, two dear friends, Finn, a brave but sleepy human boy, and Jake, his magical dog with stretchy paws and an even stretchier heart, are ready to rest after a long day. The sun has just set behind the Candy Mountains. The air smells of vanilla and warm sugar. The sky is painted in soft shades of lavender and rose, slowly fading into midnight blue. Finn sits on the hilltop, his little blue hat tilted back, watching the stars appear one by one. Jake stretches beside him, long and golden, his eyes half closed. "Hey, buddy," Jake murmurs, his voice slow and lazy. "You ever wonder if stars dream too?" Finn smiles sleepily. "Maybe they do. Maybe that's why they twinkle." Jake chuckles, the kind of laugh that makes the grass sway. "Yeah, maybe every twinkle's a dream they're sharing with us." The wind hums softly through the trees. Fireflies begin to appear, dancing in the cool night air, tiny glowing dots that drift like sleepy thoughts. Finn and Jake watch them without speaking, because sometimes silence feels like the kindest thing. As the night deepens, the friends decide to wander through the woods, not to find treasure or to fight monsters, but just to walk and listen. Their steps make quiet crunches on the soft moss path. Each sound feels like part of a lullaby, and even the forest seems to breathe in rhythm with them. The trees here are tall and round, their leaves shimmering silver in the moonlight. Somewhere in the distance, a brook giggles as it runs over smooth stones. A soft mist curls around the roots, glowing faintly as if filled with sleepy magic. Jake hums a tune, slow, low, and kind. Finn joins in, his voice small but steady, and together they create a song that blends into the night. It's a song without words, just warmth and rhythm. A song that says, we're safe, we're together, and the world is good right now. As they walk, a tiny creature appears by the path, a puffball with wings like petals. It yawns, squeaks a gentle hello, and flutters onto Finn's shoulder. Its glow is pale blue, casting a circle of calm light around them. "Hey, little buddy," Finn whispers. The creature blinks, curls into a ball, and falls asleep right there on his shoulder. Jake chuckles again. Guess we're not the only ones who had a long day. They keep walking, slower now, letting the night carry them forward. In the distance, they find a meadow open and wide, filled with flowers that bloom only under moonlight. Each petal reflects the stars above, and the whole field looks like the sky has gently fallen to earth. Finn and Jake lie down in the grass, gazing upward. The clouds drift slowly, soft and glowing. The moon looks like a sleepy face, half smiling, half dreaming. Jake stretches his arm like a pillow under Finn's head. Finn sighs contentedly. Everything is quiet except for the faint buzzing of night bees gathering honey light from the moonflowers. "You know," Jake whispers, I think every adventure we have is just one long dream. Finn turns his head slightly. Yeah? What do you mean? Jake's voice drifts like smoke. I mean, maybe when we wake up, we're still dreaming, just in a different way. Finn thinks about that for a long time, his eyes tracing constellations that seem to change shape as he stares. Eventually, he nods. I think I like that idea. And Jake murmurs, Good. Then dream big, little dude. Time passes gently. The meadow breathes. The wind carries the smell of sugar leaves and cool water. In the far distance, the Candy Kingdom lights twinkle faintly like candles in windows. Marceline's bass hums somewhere across the hills, a low, sleepy lullaby. Princess Bubblegum's laboratory lights flicker, then fade. Even science rests at night. Everything in Ooo is winding down, settling, sighing. The world itself seems to pull up its blanket of stars and close its eyes. Finn yawns. Jake's tail flicks lazily. They don't need to talk anymore. The quiet is enough. A quiet that says, you did enough today. You were brave. You were kind. Now it's time to rest. As they drift toward sleep, the little winged puffball wakes for just a moment. It opens its tiny eyes and hums a single glowing note, soft as a candle flicker. That sound wraps around Finn and Jake like a lullaby woven from moonlight. The stars above pulse once, twice. Then everything goes still. And somewhere between waking and dreaming, the friends begin to float gently, slowly above the meadow. The ground below becomes a swirl of silver and blue. They rise toward the clouds, carried by the puffball's sleepy light. Up here, the air feels cool and weightless. Jake snores softly, smiling. Finn's hand reaches out, brushing through starlight like dust. The night sky opens wide before them, endless, soft, and full of wonder. They don't know where they're going next, but that's okay. Dreams always know the way. And as they drift deeper into the sky, we'll leave them for now, floating, resting, safe. Because in the next part of their dream, the stars will begin to whisper stories of old magic, gentle friendship, and the warm glow of the heart that guides them home. The night sky carries them gently. Finn and Jake float higher and higher, wrapped in the calm glow of the sleepy puffball's light. Below them, the Land of Ooo drifts by like a quilt of color, and dreams hills of candy pink, rivers of silver blue, forests that shimmer with moonlight. They drift past tiny villages tucked under giant mushrooms. Little creatures curl up in their homes, snuggled in teacups, sleeping inside flower petals, dreaming their tiny dreams. Everywhere the world is at peace. Jake stirs, his body stretching like warm honey. Finn, he mumbles, half asleep. Yeah? Are we flying? Finn laughs quietly. Yeah, dude. I think we are. Cool. Jake sighs, drifting back into drowsy contentment. They float until the stars begin to form a bridge, a shining, soft arc leading them toward a new place. The puffball hums again, guiding them forward. Finn can feel something gentle in the air, like a memory of laughter and hugs. The bridge brings them to a glowing meadow in the clouds, a place filled with tiny cottages made of starlight and flowers. Here the clouds are warm and soft underfoot. Every step feels like walking on a dream. A group of little star sprites gathers around, their voices as light as bells. They welcome Finn and Jake with glowing smiles. Hello, traveler, one says. Welcome to the Meadow of Hearts, where dreams meet kindness. Finn blinks in wonder. What's this place for? The sprite giggles, spinning in a circle. This is where feelings rest before returning to the world. Every laugh, every hug, every kind word, they all come here to sleep and shine a little brighter. Jake stretches, impressed. So this is like a chill spot for love? Exactly, says another sprite, glowing pink. The heart needs to rest too. The sprites invite Finn and Jake to walk through the meadow. Around them, they see glowing bubbles floating in the air, each one holding a tiny memory. In one bubble, a penguin hugs an ice cube and smiles. In another, a candy person shares a piece of chocolate with a friend. There's even a memory of BMO dancing alone in the treehouse, happy just to be alive. Finn watches in silence, his heart warm and full. He feels the love from each moment, small, gentle, honest. Jake, he whispers, do you think love ever disappears? Jake shakes his head. Nah, man. Love's like a song. Even when it's quiet, it's still there. You just gotta listen for it. The puffball hums softly, agreeing. They follow the sprites to the center of the meadow, where a great crystal heart floats above a pool of silver mist. It beats slowly, sending ripples through the air, steady and soothing, like the rhythm of a heartbeat before sleep. This heart, says one sprite, belongs to everyone. It holds the love that connects all things, friends, family, even strangers who smile at each other. Finn steps closer. He feels warmth radiate through him. Memories of hugs, laughter, and quiet moments with Jake. The feeling fills him from head to toe. Jake looks at the crystal heart and smiles softly. You feel that, buddy? Yeah, Finn breathes. It's like everything good we've ever felt, all at once. Yep, Jake says, closing his eyes. That's the power of love, dude. Stronger than any spell. They sit beside the pool for a while, watching the ripples shimmer under the moonlight. The silence between them feels full of everything they've ever shared. After a while, the sprites begin to hum a lullaby made of heartbeats and light. The song spreads through the meadow, gentle and slow. Each note feels like a soft pat on the back, a warm smile, a whispered, "You're not alone." Finn and Jake join in, their voices blending into the dream song. They don't know the words, but they don't need to. Love doesn't need language, it's a feeling. As they sing, the bubbles of memory float higher, glowing brighter. They drift into the night sky, returning to the hearts of those who made them. Every bubble finds its home again. Love always does. When the song ends, Finn looks around. The sprites are beginning to fade back into the mist, their work done. The puffball flutters to Finn's shoulder again, ready to lead them onward. Where to next? Finn asks softly. The puffball glows brighter, pointing toward the far edge of the cloud meadow where the stars bend downward into a gentle path made of light. Jake stretches, yawning. Wherever the dream takes us, bro. They start walking again, side by side, their steps quiet and slow. As they leave, the crystal heart beats once more deep and low, sending a final wave of warmth that washes over them. The feeling of friendship and love lingers in their chests like a soft ember. The path of light carries them downward again, toward the sleeping world below. Clouds part around them as they glide hand in hand. Below they see the forest of whispers, its silver leaves swaying gently in the night wind. Tiny voices echo from below, laughter, secrets, and songs. The trees of the forest are alive, dreaming their own dreams. Jake grins. You hear that? Finn nods. Yeah, sounds like they're talking in their sleep. Jake chuckles. Guess we're not the only sleepy cuties tonight. They land softly among the glowing trees, their feet sinking into moss that feels like velvet. The air is warm and full of a gentle humming, the sound of dreams being shared between every leaf. Finn reaches out and touches a tree trunk. It's pulsing with light, and when he listens closely, he hears a whisper, a memory of a friend saying thank you. Another tree hums a memory of laughter, another of forgiveness. This whole forest, Finn says, it's made of love too. Jake smiles. Told you, dude. It's everywhere. They sit beneath one of the trees, leaning back, looking up through the glowing branches. Fireflies drift between the leaves like tiny shooting stars. Somewhere far off, an owl sings a sleepy tune. Jake stretches his arm around Finn, his voice soft. You know, even if everything else changed the world, the sky, the adventures, I think we'd still find each other. Finn nods. Yeah, we always do. They stay like that for a long time, two friends resting under the dream trees, surrounded by the gentle heartbeat of the world. The forest breathes with them. Every exhale of wind sounds like the sigh of an old friend. Every leaf glows brighter when they smile. Slowly, Finn's eyes begin to close. Jake's snoring fades into the rhythm of the forest's song. The puffball curls up beside them, glowing faintly, its wings folded like petals. The stars shimmer through the canopy, and the crystal heart's light can still be seen faintly in the distance, a reminder that love never really fades, it just moves with you. The dream drifts on, soft and slow. And as Finn and Jake slip into deeper sleep, the night carries them toward their next gentle adventure, one that waits just beyond the treetops, where moonlight meets memory. The forest sleeps. Every tree breathes slowly, its branches swaying to the rhythm of the night. Tiny specks of light drift between the leaves, not fireflies, not stars, but something in between. They move like thoughts you have just before you fall asleep. Gentle, fleeting, kind. Finn stirs, blinking, his eyes open. The air is cool and smells like dew and honey. Jake snores softly beside him, curled into a golden circle. For a moment, Finn doesn't move, he just listens. There's a peace here that feels deeper than silence, the kind that hums quietly through your chest. The forest is alive but calm. Every sound, the rustle of leaves, the sigh of wind, the distant hoot of an owl feels like a heartbeat in slow motion. Finn smiles. He sits up slowly so he doesn't wake Jake and gazes around. The moonlight is silver now, pouring through the treetops like a waterfall of dreams. In the distance, mist curls between the roots, glowing faintly blue. Finn whispers to himself, "This place feels safe." And somewhere in the dark, the forest whispers back, "It is." A soft giggle ripples through the air. Finn looks up, a small creature made of mist, and moonlight peeks from behind a tree. It looks shy, its eyes like tiny lanterns. "Hi there," Finn says softly, his voice low and kind. The creature tilts its head, curious, then flutters forward, a swirl of light and vapor. It leaves a trail of sparkles behind, like stardust in the air. Jake yawns, finally waking. He stretches long enough to touch two trees at once, then lets out a sleepy chuckle. "What's going on, bro?" Finn gestures. "Look, a new friend." Jake blinks, then grins. "Whoa, that's real pretty." The creature hums in response as if it understands. Its glow brightens, wrapping them both in a faint halo of light. Then, without a word, it turns and begins to float deeper into the woods. Finn and Jake exchange a look, that silent agreement they've shared through 1,000 adventures. And together they follow. The deeper they go, the softer everything becomes. The light fades to cool blues and soft purples. The air feels like velvet. They pass a pond where the surface reflects the stars so perfectly that it's hard to tell where the sky ends and the water begins. When a single droplet falls, it creates ripples of light instead of waves. Finn kneels beside the pond, watching the reflections. He sees not only the stars, but memories. Him and Jake laughing on the treehouse roof. Marceline playing her bass under a blood-red sunset. BMO telling jokes that never make sense, but always make him smile. The mist creature floats above the water and whispers, "Dreams live where memories rest. When you remember with love, you make new light." Finn doesn't fully understand, but he feels the truth in it like a warmth that blooms quietly inside. He nods, smiling. "Thanks," he whispers. "That's really nice." Jake dips his paw in the water, watching ripples of gold swirl around his reflection. "Man," he says softly, "I could nap right here forever." Finn laughs. "You basically already are." Jake snickers, his voice slow and sleepy. "Fair point, little dude." They sit by the pond for a while, watching the reflections drift. Every now and then a ripple carries an image, a hug, a kind smile, a shared meal, small things, but bright ones. These are the quiet magics of Ooo. The ones that don't make noise, don't sparkle loudly, but stay in the heart long after you wake up. Eventually, the mist creature flutters upward, motioning for them to follow. It leads them to a clearing filled with softly glowing mushrooms. The air hums with gentle vibrations, and faint lights rise and fall like the forest is breathing. Jake steps forward carefully. "Whoa, mushroom disco." Finn giggles quietly and looks closer. "No, dude. They're pulsing in rhythm, like they're alive." And indeed they are. The mushrooms are singing, but not with sound. They're like pulses in patterns, each one glowing a different note in the forest's silent song. The mist creature hovers above them, shimmering brighter. It begins to hum, matching the rhythm. Soon the mushrooms glow in harmony, soft waves of light that move across the clearing like music turned into color. Finn's eyes widen. It's beautiful. Jake lays down on his back, watching the colors move. Yeah, magic's not always big explosions and spells, man. Sometimes it's just this. He yawns deeply. Quiet magic. Finn lies beside him, their shoulders touching. The mist creature drifts over them like a guardian light. The forest hums its lullaby again, and the two friends breathe in unison with the world. As time slows, the forest grows even gentler. The light fades from bright colors to silver mist. The mushrooms dim until they look like faint stars in the grass. Finn's voice is barely a whisper. "Hey, Jake?" "Yeah, bro?" "I think every calm moment we share makes the world a little softer." Jake smiles with his eyes closed. "That's the secret, man. When you rest, the world rests too." The mist creature hums in agreement, circling once before it dissolves into a soft shimmer of light, becoming part of the air, the trees, the dream. Finn and Jake stay in the clearing a long while. They don't speak. They don't move. They just are. And in that quiet stillness, they feel it, the hum of life, the rhythm of everything breathing together. That's the real magic. Not the kind that changes things, but the kind that reminds you they were beautiful all along. Far above, the moon reaches its highest point. Its glow softens, bathing the forest in silver. Finn's eyelids grow heavy again. Jake mumbles something about pancakes and smiles in his sleep. The forest listens. The pond still reflects the stars, the mushrooms still hum faintly, and the world holds its breath, the kind of breath that happens between dreams. And then, the faintest light appears beyond the trees, not the harsh glow of dawn, but something gentler. A soft warmth, golden and calm, like the promise of a new day still dreaming. The world of Ooo, or maybe just their hearts, begins to stir. But the night isn't done yet. There's one last place they must go before the dream fades, the place where the first sunrise meets the last star. The puffball, their tiny, glowing companion, reappears at the edge of the clearing. It flutters close, glowing brighter, whispering without words, "Come." The dream is changing. Finn and Jake slowly rise. They stretch, yawn, and take one last look at the forests, their quiet sanctuary. "Thanks," Finn says softly to the trees, "for letting us rest here." The leaves rustle back, a sleepy goodbye. Hand in paw, they follow the puffball through the mist, toward the golden light. The forest fades behind them, replaced by the faint shimmer of the horizon. And as they walk, the world hums its final good night. The quiet magic lingers in every step, the reminder that peace isn't found, it's made. Made by friends, by kindness, by hearts that slow down long enough to notice the beauty around them. The night deepens one last time before the first light of dawn. And our sleepy heroes walk onward toward the edge of dream and day. The air has changed. The deep blue of night has faded to a softer shade, that in-between time when the stars are still awake, but the sky is beginning to blush with gold. Finn and Jake walk side by side through the mist, their steps slow, unhurried. The puffball flutters ahead, glowing warmly, leading them toward a soft light that feels like it's calling their names. Everywhere around them, the forest begins to glow not with brightness, but with memory. Each leaf they pass shimmers faintly, releasing little sparks that drift upward like tiny stories saying goodbye. "Feels different now," Jake says quietly. Finn nods. "Yeah? Like the world's remembering something?" Jake smiles. "Or teaching us something?" They follow a narrow path that winds up a small hill. The ground is covered in silver grass that sways with every breath of wind. Above them, the last stars still twinkle faintly like sleepy eyes. At the top of the hill, they find an ancient stone circle, smooth, round, and covered in tiny carvings that glow faintly gold. Finn kneels beside one of the stones and traces his fingers along the markings. The carvings shift softly under his touch, reshaping into gentle images, friends hugging, hands holding, faces smiling, tears falling. Every image glows for a moment, then fades back into the stone. Jake sits down beside him, eyes half closed. "Looks like this place remembers people too," he murmurs. Finn nods slowly. "Yeah, it's like the heart of the world, the part that keeps all the feelings safe." A warm breeze moves through the stones. It carries a whisper, not words exactly, but a feeling. A kind of feeling that wraps around you like a hug you didn't know you needed. Finn closes his eye. And suddenly he feels not just memories of adventure or laughter, but the quiet moments he once took for granted. The nights he watched the rain fall from the treehouse window. The days he sat by BMO saying nothing at all but feeling perfectly okay. It's all there, every small kindness, every patient moment, Every thank you that was never said out loud. Finn's throat tightens, but he smiles. "Jake," he whispers, "do you think the heart remembers everything?" Jake's voice is gentle. "Everything that matters, yeah. The rest just fades like mist." The puffball lands between the two of them, its glow pulsing like a heartbeat. Then from the air around them, soft golden threads begin to appear, weaving gently through the stones, connecting each carving, each image. Finn and Jake watch as the threads form patterns, a glowing web of light, stretching from the stones to the trees to the sky above. Every line seems to hum faintly, like music, too quiet to hear. Jake tilts his head. "What is it?" Finn whispers, "I think it's all the ways love connects everything." And as if in answer, the threads pulse brighter once, twice, then settle into a steady rhythm. The warmth grows stronger. It feels like sunlight and laughter and forgiveness all at once. Finn feels it fill him, not just his chest, but his whole being. For a moment he thinks about all the times he was scared or lonely or sad. The times he thought he'd lost something or someone. But now, in this light, he realizes he never really lost anything at all. Love doesn't vanish, just changes shape. Sometimes it's a memory, sometimes it's a song, sometimes it's just a feeling that shows up when you need it most. Jake's eyes soften. He sees it too, that everything they've been through, all the people they've met, all the lessons they've learned, they're all still here, living quietly in this golden heartbeat of the world. The puffball floats upward, glowing brighter as if to say, "Look closer." And as they watch, one of the threads reaches out toward Finn's hand. It wraps gently around his finger, warm and soft, like the touch of someone who cares. Then another thread connects to Jake. And slowly more threads appear, weaving around them both, tiny ribbons of light linking them, not just to each other, but to everything they've ever loved. Finn whispers, "Jake, I can feel everyone." Jake smiles faintly. "Yeah, man, that's the trick. We're never really alone. Not even in dreams." The air hums softly. The golden web glows brighter, then fades, not disappearing, but sinking gently into the ground, into their hearts, into the world itself. The wind shifts again, warmer now, touched by the first breath of morning. The stars blink one last time before dissolving into the pale light of dawn. Finn stretches his arms and sighs. Jake mirrors him, groaning playfully. "Man, I feel like I just learned something without trying." Finn laughs quiet. "Me too. Feels good, though." Jake nods. "Yeah, lessons from the heart, dude. They sneak up on you." They sit for a while longer, watching the sky lighten slowly. No rush, no mission, no danger. Just stillness. After a long silence, Finn looks toward the horizon. "Jake? Yeah? When we wake up, do you think we'll remember all this?" Jake smiles. "Maybe not all the details, but we'll remember the feeling. That's the part that sticks." The puffball flutters in agreement, circling them once before drifting toward the soft light ahead. Finn and Jake rise, brushing off the golden dust from the grass. Their steps feel lighter now, like the lesson has made them softer, not smaller. The path ahead glows faintly, leading downhill into a valley filled with pale mist. From here, they can see the edge of the dream, a wide ocean of light, where the first sunbeam meets the last star. The air hums with calm energy. It feels like both an ending and a beginning. Jake looks at the horizon, his eyes thoughtful. "Hey, Finn," he says softly. You ever notice how every time something ends, something else starts up right behind it? Finn smiles. Yeah, like dreams and mornings. Exactly, Jake says. You can't have one without the other. They walk toward the valley, their silhouettes golden in the growing light. The world hums quietly beneath their feet, as if singing them onward. As they move, the wind carries the faint echo of the crystal heart's beat, steady and kind. And Finn realizes it's the same rhythm as his own heart. Or maybe it always was. He turns to Jake. Hey, Jake? Yeah, bro? Thanks for always being here. Jake grins. Wouldn't miss it for all the naps in the world. They laugh softly, and the valley fills with a sound that feels like sunlight breaking through clouds. The puffball leads them forward toward the golden ocean, waiting beyond the mist. They don't know what lies ahead, but somehow it doesn't matter. Because they know now, the heart remembers, the love stays, and peace is never far when you walk beside a friend. The world around them glows like honey. The mist has turned to golden threads weaving through the air as Finn and Jake make their way toward the horizon. The ground feels softer now, not quite earth, not quite cloud. Each step sends ripples of light spreading outward like footprints made of warmth. The puffball hums a faint tune, floating ahead of them. It's the same melody they heard in the Meadow of Hearts, only slower, deeper like a heartbeat at rest. Finn looks around. Jake, it's like the world's turning into light. Jake yawned, stretching his long arms. Yeah, bro. Feels like the dream's winding down. The sky above them has begun to shimmer, not blue, not pink, but something in between. The last stars linger at the edges, refusing to fade just yet. They blink like sleepy eyes, saying their quiet goodbyes. They reach the edge of a cliff, not steep or frightening, but soft and wide, overlooking an ocean that glows from within. The water is calm, moving in slow, endless waves. Each crest releases a faint shimmer, like stardust sighing. Jake sits down and lets his legs dangle over the edge. Finn joins him, resting his head against Jake's shoulder. Neither of them speaks for a while. They just breathe, watching the horizon shift. The air hums with peace. You could almost hear the sound of the universe dreaming. Hey, Jake, Finn murmurs. Once upon a time, in a soft, glowing corner of the Land of Ooo, the night air shimmered with peace. The moon hung low and silver, the stars spread wide and kind. All across the hills, the trees leaned toward each other as though whispering secrets of old adventures and new dreams. And somewhere beneath the sleepy sighs of the forest, a warm light flickered in a little wooden window of the treehouse. Inside, Finn sat cross-legged on the floor, eyes half closed, his sword resting beside him. Jake was curled up nearby on a round pillow, slowly expanding and shrinking with each breath his version of snoring. The sound was like the world breathing along. For a long while, neither spoke. The night didn't ask for noise, it asked for stillness. Then Finn's voice broke the quiet, soft, thoughtful. Jake? Jake stretched, yawned, and blinked open one sleepy eye. You ever think about how many people we met? All the friends we made? Jake smiled, tail thumping once. Yeah, dude. Every day. You meet folks, you love them, and even when they go on their own quests, the love sticks around. Finn looked down at his hands. Sometimes I worry. What if it fades? What if we forget? Jake chuckled quietly. Nah, man, that's not how love works. Love doesn't vanish. It changes shape. Soft pause, gentle breeze through an open window. Finn leaned back, resting his head on the wooden wall. Outside, the moonlight spilled through the window like water, painting soft silver patterns across the floor. Jake continued, his voice a slow rhythm. You know, love's kind of like me. Finn tilted his head. What do you mean? Jake grinned. It stretches, it bends, it grows. Sometimes it takes funny shapes, but it's always the same love underneath. Finn laughed quietly. I like that. The two sat there for a long while, surrounded by quiet. The soft ticking of a clock. The hum of night creatures outside. The slow beat of friendship filling the room like a heartbeat. After a moment, Finn stood and walked to the window. Down below, the forest looked endless glowing mushrooms, silver streamed, tiny lights that might have been fireflies or just the stars reflected on the water. Somewhere out there, he thought, were all the people they loved. Princess Bubblegum in her lab, still awake, tending to some new potion. Marceline probably strumming her bass under a crescent moon. BMO maybe curled up under a blanket, softly humming to itself. And suddenly, Finn didn't feel small anymore. He felt connected. Like invisible thread stretched from his heart to all of theirs, glowing lines of warmth in the cool night air. Jake came up beside him, rubbing his eyes. You're thinking about them, huh? Finn nodded. Yeah. Jake smiled. That's good. Means your heart's still awake. The two stepped outside. The grass was cool under their feet, and the night smelled like dew and apple blossoms. A soft fog rolled across the meadow, glittering faintly under the stars. Let's go for a walk, Jake said. Sometimes love shows up in the little things. So they wandered not far, not fast. Just slow, quiet steps through the sleeping forest. Everywhere they looked, they saw tiny signs of care. A bird's nest tucked safely under a leaf. A campfire still glowing from a traveler's rest. Even the way the flowers leaned toward each other for warmth. Finn smiled. It's like the world's full of friendship, even when no one's watching. Jake nodded. Exactly, bro. Love's baked right into the world. As they reached a clearing, the moonlight grew brighter. At the center of the clearing stood an ancient oak, older than any adventure, its roots deep and wide. Hanging from its branches were hundreds of little glowing orbs. Finn's eyes widened. Whoa, what is this place? Jake smiled softly. It's the grove of remembering. Every light's a moment of love. Every glow's a memory of someone caring for someone else. They stood there, bathed in gentle light. Some orbs glowed warm gold, others soft blue or pale pink. Each one flickered with life, laughter, hugs, kind words, shared moments. Finn reached out to one and floated closer. Inside, he saw a younger version of himself comforting the flame princess after a long day. He saw himself holding Jake's paw when he was sick. He saw every smile, every thank you, every time he had tried to make the world softer. He blinked, tears forming, not sad tears, but the kind that come when your heart is just too full. Jake put a paw on his shoulder. Told you, dude. Love doesn't fade. They sat beneath the oak tree, letting the soft light fall around them. The forest seemed to hum a gentle tune, a lullaby sung by the world itself. Finn leaned his head back and sighed. Jake, do you think everyone has a light here? Jake nodded. Everyone who's ever cared, even for a moment. Even us. Jake grinned. Especially us. They both laughed softly. And for a moment, the clearing felt like the safest place in all of Ooo, a place where time stopped. and all that mattered was the warmth between two old friends who'd seen everything together. As the night deepened, the lights in the tree began to dim, not fading, just resting. The stars above seemed to take over their glow, joining in the song. Finn stretched out on the grass, his hands behind his head. Jake curled up beside him, tail draped over Finn's chest like a blanket. Their eyes grew heavy, but their hearts felt light. "You know what's cool?" Jake murmured. "What?" "When we fall asleep, I bet the lights keep glowing. Like our love keeps going, even in dreams." Oh, Finn smiled, already halfway to sleep. "That's a really nice thought." "Yeah," Jake whispered. "That's the trick about love, bro. You don't have to see it to know it's there." The forest sighed. The moon sank lower, dipping toward the horizon. The last light from the oak tree shimmered once more, golden, gentle, eternal. And in that soft glow, Finn and Jake drifted off, two hearts at peace, held by the quiet power of love that asked for nothing and gave everything. Gentle chime fades in, wind hushes to stillness. The night whispered, "Sleep now, heroes of Ooo. The world remembers your kindness." And somewhere, in every quiet home and starlit corner of the land, the lights of love glowed on soft, steady, endless. Far across the Land of Ooo, in a quiet corner of the Candy Kingdom, Princess Bubblegum moved through her laboratory. Not working, not racing, not experimenting, just moving carefully, gently, in the soft glow of lanterns. Somewhere nearby, in the moonlit sky above the kingdom, Marceline floated lazily on her bass, strumming notes that were soft and lingering. The sound carried through the air, drifting down into the streets and through the windows. And somehow, without a word, the music found Princess Bubblegum. She paused in her steps, leaning against the counter, listening. The notes were gentle, playful, and familiar, like someone saying hello without needing to speak. Marceline landed lightly on a rooftop and gazed down at the soft glow of the lab. Her shadow stretched across the walls like a protective blanket. She whispered softly to the night, "Hey, PB. Hope you can hear me." Princess Bubblegum smiled faintly, though no one could see it. "Hey, Marcy," she murmured, "I hear you." And in that simple, quiet exchange, miles didn't matter and words weren't necessary. Their hearts spoke a language only they understood, a language of memories, of shared adventures, of comfort and care. The night deepened. Marceline's bass hummed a low, slow melody, and PB stepped outside. She walked to the edge of a balcony, letting the moonlight wash over her. Marceline floated closer, landing softly on the stone ledge beside her. "Nice night," Marceline said, her voice soft. PB nodded. "Yeah, quiet, peaceful, good for thinking." Marceline leaned her head back. "Or for remembering." PB tilted her head. "Remembering?" Marceline smiled faintly. "Yeah, you and me. All the things we've done. All the times we've hurt each other and still come back. That's kind of magic, huh?" PB thought for a moment. "Yes," she whispered. "It really is." They sat together in silence, letting the night carry them. A soft breeze curled around the balcony, carrying the scent of moonflowers and sweet candy leaves. "You know," Marceline said quietly, "friendship isn't just about adventures or fun. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard." PB nodded. "And love, real love, works the same way. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's quiet, but it's always there, waiting, steady." Marceline smiled. "Exactly." And for a long moment they simply breathed together, two hearts resting beside each other under the moon. The sky shimmered faintly with distant stars, and a tiny shooting star streaked across the horizon. PB reached out almost unconsciously, brushing her fingers against Marceline's. A spark of warmth passed between them, gentle, glowing, but unmistakable. Marceline chuckled softly. See? Even the stars know we're connected. PB smiled. Yeah, they probably do. And in that quiet exchange, the night itself seemed to sigh a soft, approving hum that wrapped around them like a blanket. Somewhere below, Finn and Jake wandered the edges of the forest, their own hearts full from the quiet power of friendship they had felt earlier. The world of Ooo was alive with connections, invisible threads of care stretching from friend to friend, heart to heart. Marceline leaned against PB, resting her head on her shoulder. PB let out a soft sigh of comfort. Even in silence, PB whispered, "You make me feel at home." Marceline's voice was soft, warm, "And you always will." The night carried them slowly onward. The moon drifted across the sky, casting silver light on the Candy Kingdom and the sleeping forest beyond. Every note of Marceline's bass, every heartbeat of PB's steady calm, wove into the world like invisible threads of light. Finn and Jake would feel it later somewhere deep in the meadow or forest. The puffball would feel it as it fluttered along. And even the smallest creatures, the fireflies, the candy villagers, the mist sprites would know the quiet warmth of love shining softly in the nights. As the hours passed, the two friends remained side by side. The sky began to hint at dawn, but they did not move. There was no need. Because sometimes love and friendship don't need words. Sometimes they just need presence. A shared moment of quiet understanding under the stars. And as the first whispers of morning touched the horizon, Marceline hummed one final soft note, letting it drift through the night. PB leaned into it, letting it settle in her chest, in her heart. Two friends, unconnected, loved, safe. And in the land of Ooo, that quiet glow of care, that invisible thread of friendship, stretched endlessly, holding them, and everyone they loved, in its gentle embrace. Finn and Jake wandered through the quiet forest, their steps slow and careful, as though not to disturb the peaceful night. The puffball floated above them, glowing faintly, guiding them along a path that shimmered silver in the moonlight. Everywhere they looked, the land of Ooo seemed alive with tiny gestures of love. A squirrel nestled a fallen leaf around its young. A firefly hovered beside a sleeping mushroom, casting a gentle glow to keep it warm. Even the trees leaned toward each other, brushing their branches together in a quiet, comforting way. Finn bent down, picking up a small pebble. "Jake," he whispered, "look at this. It's just a pebble, but it feels special." Jake sniffed the air and smiled. "Everything feels special tonight, dude. The world's full of love if you pay attention." They continued walking, and soon they came upon a small clearing. In the center, a tiny creature sat on a soft patch of grass, looking forlorn. Finn knelt beside it. "Hey, you okay?" The creature shook its head slowly. Jake leaned down, his voice gentle. "Sometimes you just need someone to be there. That's all it takes." Finn smiled and held out his hand. The creature hesitated, then took it. For a moment, everything was still, the world holding its breath. Then slowly, the creature's eyes brightened. A tiny glow of warmth spread from it, filling the clearing. Finn whispered, "See, Jake, that's love. That's friendship. Just showing up." Jake nodded, grinning softly. "Told ya, bro. It's the little things that count." They walked on, following the puffball as it led them to a sparkling river. Here they saw other moments of quiet care. A penguin carefully nudging a fallen egg back into its nest. A candy villager leaving a small snack on another villager's doorstep. A tiny bird singing a lullaby to a napping fox. Finn watched them in awe. All of this, it's all love, he murmured. Jake stretched lazily. Yeah, man. Love's not always loud. Sometimes it's soft and quiet and doesn't even need to be noticed. The puffball hovered above the river and glowed brighter. Its hum filled the clearing like a heartbeat. Finn and Jake lay down beside the water, watching the gentle ripples reflect the moon. Jake, Finn said softly, I think I understand now. Love, friendship, it's like the river. It flows. Even when we can't see it, it's always moving, touching everything. Jake nodded, eyes half closed. Exactly. Little dude. And just like a river, it can heal things to hearts, homes, even forests. Finn smiled, letting the moonlight wash over him. All these little acts, they make the world better, he whispered. Jake yawned. And that's why it's worth it. All of it. Suddenly in the distance, they heard soft, singing, familiar voices blending in gentle harmony. Marceline's voice floated above, warm and melodic, joined by Princess Bubblegum's calm, steady tone. The two friends rose slowly, following the song to a small meadow. There they saw Marceline and PB sitting together under a giant flowering tree, humming a lullaby that seemed to make the entire forest glow. Finn whispered, Look, even they know the power of friendship. Jake nodded. Yep, oh, that's why it never ends, bro. Everyone who cares for each other adds to the song. The melody wrapped around Finn and Jake, filling their hearts with warmth. It was a reminder, friendship is not just about big adventures, but small, quiet acts of love that ripple across the world. The night deepened, stars twinkling softly. Finn and Jake lay down in the meadow side by side, watching the glowing fireflies dance in the air. Even the distant singing of Marceline and PB seemed to blend with the rustle of leaves and the soft hum of the puffball. You know, Jake, Finn whispered, I think all this, all of it, it makes me feel safe. Jake smiled, tail wrapping around Finn gently. Yeah, bro, that's what friendship does. It holds you when the world feels big. Finn closed his eyes, letting the warmth of the night sink into him. Jake hummed softly, a slow, soothing tune that matched the rhythm of the forest. And all around them, the Land of Ooo breathed quietly alive with the invisible threads of care and love, holding everything, holding everyone, in a gentle embrace. Finn and Jake drifted off slowly, in their hearts full. The gentle power of friendship and love lingered in the meadow, spreading softly through the night. And somewhere, in every corner of Ooo, hearts beat a little warmer, carrying the quiet message. The sun had not yet risen, but the night was soft with the possibility. Finn and Jake awoke in the meadow, wrapped in the quiet warmth of friendship. The fireflies still glimmered faintly around them, carrying tiny sparks of light, like little reminders of hope. Jake, Finn whispered, stretching. Look at all this. It's like the world's full of care tonight. Jake yawned and grinned. Yeah, bro. And we get to be part of it. As they walked, the puffball floated ahead, leading them through the soft mist of the early morning. Every step seemed to reveal little acts of love, a fox nudging a lost leaf back into a nest, a candy villager leaving a blanket for another who had fallen asleep outside, tiny ripples across a pond, as though even the water itself remembered how to care. In a quiet grove, Marceline and PB were waiting. The soft glow of moonlight still clung to the petals of flowers around them, making the air shimmer like gentle magic. Marceline strummed her bass slowly, each note soft and comforting. PB knelt beside a small creature, helping it back to its feet after it had stumbled. Finn whispered to Jake, "Even when it's hard, even when someone's small or scared, love is still there, showing the way." Jake nodded. The night had fallen gently over the Land of Ooo. The trees whispered softly to each other, their leaves brushing like quiet hands. The stars shone faintly, blinking slowly as though winking at the world below. Finn lay on the soft grass of a quiet hill, staring up at the sky. The constellations stretched endlessly, scattered like diamonds across the black velvet of night. Jake lay beside him, his long body curled into a soft crescent, breathing slowly and evenly. "Look at all those stars, Jake," Finn whispered. Jake yawned and stretched his arms lazily. "Yeah, little bro. It's like the sky's taking a nap, too." Finn traced the shapes with his finger, imagining dragons, swords, and distant kingdoms among the stars. But tonight he didn't feel the need for adventure. He just wanted to look and listen, letting the quiet magic of the night fill him. Somewhere down the hill, a tiny snow golem trudged slowly through a sparkling patch of frost. It left small prints behind, shimmering faintly in the moonlight. Even in the cold, it hummed a soft tune, a song of thanks and quiet joy. Finn watched it from afar, feeling the warmth of its simple happiness. Even little things can have magic, huh, Jake? Jake nodded, his eyes half closed. Yep, that's what makes it special. Magic doesn't always roar, sometimes it whispers. The snow golem stopped beneath a small tree and tilted its head toward the sky. Its eyes glimmered softly, reflecting starlight. It was quiet, content, present. Finn smiled. "I think I get it now. It's the small, peaceful moments that matter the most." The night air carried a soft scent of pine and dew. A gentle breeze moved through the grass, and the stars seemed to blink a little slower, leaning in to listen. Jake rolled onto his back, tail draped over Finn's shoulder. "Little bro, sometimes I think the world's magic is all around us. You just gotta stop and notice it." Finn nodded, feeling the calm sink deep into his chest. They watched the stars for a long while, letting the quiet stretch around them like a blanket. Some constellations shifted slowly, as if dancing just for them. The puffball floated nearby, glowing faintly, its soft hum blending with the rhythm of the night. Finn yawned softly. "Jake, it feels like the whole world's breathing with us." Jake smiled lazily. "Yeah, and we're part of it. Every heartbeat, every leaf, every twinkle up there, we're connected to it all." A tiny owl hooted in the distance, and the sound seemed to echo like a lullaby across the hills. Even the snow golem hummed a note of thanks, its little voice joining the quiet song of the night. Finn closed his eyes for a moment, listening. He felt the warmth of the world surrounding him, a gentle comfort that needed no words. Jake hummed softly in agreement, tail curling even closer around Finn. As the hours passed, the stars shifted slowly across the sky. Finn imagined them as tiny fires, floating silently, reminding the world that magic existed even in the quietest places. He thought of every friend he loved, Jake, Marceline, PB, BMO, and even the smallest creatures of Ooo, all connected by threads of care, light, and magic. The snow golem continued its slow journey, leaving behind sparkling footprints that glimmered like whispers of wonder. Finn whispered, "Even little footsteps leave magic behind." Jake nodded. "Yep. Tiny acts, tiny moments. They're all powerful in their own way." The breeze grew softer, carrying a faint melody from somewhere far away, a lullaby sung by the world itself. The stars twinkled in rhythm, and the night seemed to breathe with them. Finn leaned closer to Jake. "I think, if we just stay quiet and notice, the world gives us magic back." Jake chuckled softly. "It's true, little bro. Magic's everywhere, especially in quiet moments like this." The two lay together, letting the gentle rhythm of the night lull them. The puffball hummed a faint tune, the snow golem hummed its soft song, and the stars blinked slowly above. Every leaf, every creature, every sparkle of starlight seemed to whisper the same message. Magic is here. Magic is soft. Magic is quiet. And it's always with you. Finn closed his eyes completely, feeling the warmth of the night seep into him. Jake curled around him like a soft, protective blanket. The Land of Ooo itself seemed to pause, breathing softly, holding them in its gentle care. The stars glimmered once more, and the puffball drifted up to join them in the sky. Even the snow golem rested beneath its tree, content and glowing faintly. Finn whispered to the night, "Thank you for all the quiet magic." And in the silence that followed, the world seemed to answer back with a soft sigh of peace. And so the heroes of Ooo rested under the stars, surrounded by gentle magic, quiet friendship, and peaceful wonder. Sleep now, little dreamer. The world is full of quiet magic, waiting for you to notice. The night had deepened, but the world of Ooo still hummed quietly. Finn and Jake walked slowly along a silver-lit riverbank, their reflections rippling in the calm water. The puffball floated above, glowing faintly like a tiny, sleepy star. "Look at the river, Jake," Finn whispered. "It's moving but so calm," Jake replied. "It's like it knows we're resting." The moon's reflection shimmered on the water, scattering across the river like scattered pieces of magic. Finn traced a finger over the surface, watching tiny ripples dance. Each ripple carried a memory, a hug, a laugh, a small act of kindness, all drifting gently downstream. From the nearby trees, a soft rustling revealed a tiny fox curled into a ball. Its eyes blinked slowly at Finn and Jake, then closed again, safe and warm. Finn smiled. Even the little ones know how to enjoy quiet moments. Jake yawned. "Yeah, it's like everyone's part of this soft magic tonight." A faint melody floated across the river Marceline, strumming her bass from a distant hill, each note slow and soothing. PB's quiet humming joined, almost inaudible, like a gentle wind whispering through the leaves. Finn rested his head on Jake's shoulder, listening to the soft song. "It's funny," he murmured. "We don't even have to do anything. Just being here makes everything feel right." Jake nodded. "Sometimes that's all. Magic really is noticing the quiet." A few steps ahead, they saw a small snow golem trudging across the soft grass. Its eyes glimmered with warmth, a gentle reminder that even the smallest creatures leave light behind. Finn crouched down to watch it. "Remember last time we helped one like this?" he asked. Jake smiled. "Yeah. And look at it now, just happy, doing its own thing. And that's the kind of magic that sticks." Above them, the stars seemed to twinkle in rhythm with the river, the puffball, and the soft hum of the forest. The world felt infinite yet safe, vast yet gentle, like a lullaby sung by everything at once. Finn and Jake reached a small clearing where the grass glowed faintly in the moonlight. They lay down side by side, letting the earth support them. The puffball hovered above, pulsing softly, and the snow golem settled nearby. "Do you think the world always feels like this?" Finn asked quietly. Jake shrugged, smiling lazily. "Sometimes it does, if you notice. Quiet magic's always here. You just gotta look for it." Finn closed his eyes. "I think I see it now. All the little things. Every heartbeat, every ripple, every glow. It's all magic." Jake hummed in agreement. "And it's better when shared." From afar, Marceline floated closer, her bass strumming a slow, sleepy tune. PB followed, walking lightly through the soft grass. They joined Finn and Jake, settling down in the clearing. No words were spoken. There was no need. Their presence was enough. Finn whispered, "Even when the world is quiet, being together makes it brighter." PB smiled softly. "That's what quiet magic really is. Noticing, caring, and being there." Marceline strummed one final gentle note, and the sound floated over the meadow like soft wind. Even the stars seemed to lean closer, flickering just a little brighter. The night slowly began to give way to dawn, but the glow of quiet magic lingered. Finn and Jake curled up together. Marceline rested against PB, and the snow golem hummed softly nearby. Everything was still. Everything was safe. Finn murmured to Jake, "I think I'll remember this feeling." Jake's voice was a soft murmur in reply. "Yep. That's the best kind of magic, the kind you can carry in your heart." The puffball drifted upward, glowing one last time before fading into the morning light. And as the first rays of the sun kissed the grass, the Land of Ooo whispered a quiet promise. Magic is everywhere. Gentle, quiet, endless. And it lives in your heart, always. Finn and Jake drifted fully into sleep, surrounded by the soft glow of friendship, wonder, and quiet magic. The world held them gently, letting every heartbeat and sigh blend into the rhythm of peace. "Sleep now, little dreamer. The magic of Ooo is waiting for you in your dreams." The night had grown deeper, the sky stretching endlessly over the Land of Ooo. Stars twinkled faintly, scattered like tiny lanterns across a black velvet sky. The moon cast a soft silver glow, painting the hills, trees, and streams in quiet light. Finn lay on a gentle slope of grass, his sword tucked carefully beside him. Jake lay curled up next to him, one eye open, lazily watching the stars. "Look at all of them, Jake," Finn whispered. "So many," Jake replied, stretching, "like little fires in the sky, reminding us there's always light, even in the dark." Finn traced imaginary constellations with his finger, imagining dragons, swords, and kingdoms high above. Tonight he didn't need to imagine battles or adventures. He only wanted to watch and feel the quiet magic of the world. A faint hum floated across the hill. Marceline's bass, drifting from a distant tree, slow and soft. PB's gentle humming joined, blending with the wind, the rustling leaves, and the quiet heartbeat of Ooo. Finn closed his eyes and breathed slowly. Even the smallest details seemed alive. The sway of a flower in the moonlight, the gentle ripple of the river, the faint sparkle of dew on a leaf. Jake yawned, tail flicking lazily. "Everything's telling a story tonight, bro. You just have to listen." Finn smiled, letting his thoughts drift. He thought about all the friends he had met, all the quiet moments of care, all the times someone simply showed up. Even little acts, a hug, a smile, a shared song left glowing threads of connection that stretched across the world. From the trees, a small owl hooted softly. A fox peeked from behind a bush, then curled up in the grass. Even a snow golem trudged along the hillside, humming a tune of thanks, leaving sparkling footprints behind. Finn whispered, "Even the smallest ones. They have magic in them, too." Jake nodded, closing his eyes. "Yep, that's the beauty of it. Magic isn't loud. It's soft, quiet, and it stays." Above, the stars seemed to twinkle more brightly, as if responding to their thoughts. Some shimmered gold, others faint blue, and a few sparkled pink, as if each star carried the memory of a kind word or act of care. Finn sat up slowly and picked up a small pebble, watching it catch the moonlight. "It's funny," he murmured, "how even something so small can feel magical." Jake stretched, tail wrapping around Finn like a blanket. "Everything's magical if you notice it, bro. Even the little things matter." The puffball floated above them, glowing faintly, casting a soft light across the meadow. Its hum was slow and steady, like a tiny heartbeat keeping time with the quiet night. Finn leaned back, resting on his elbows. "I think the quiet moments are the best kind of adventure." Jake yawned again. "Yeah. Peaceful adventures. No battles, no rush. Just this." From a nearby hill, Marceline floated down, landing gently beside PB. They smiled at each other, letting the soft hum of music, wind, and night wrap around them. PB whispered, "It's nice. Just to be here. Watching, listening, feeling it all." Marceline strummed her bass, soft notes drifting across the meadow. "It's like the world's breathing and we get to rest inside it." Finn nodded, feeling the gentle magic settle into his chest. He thought about all the friends he had helped, all the tiny acts of kindness he had seen. He realized that even quiet moments, like this one, were filled with love, invisible threads connecting everyone and everything. A shooting star streaked across the sky, faint but bright. Finn's eyes widened and he whispered, "Look, Jake, it's a wish." Jake grinned, half asleep. Or maybe it's a reminder that every little act of magic counts. They lay down on the soft grass again, Jake curling around Finn, Marceline and PB nearby. The puffball floated above, tiny light pulsing slowly. The snow golem rested beneath a tree, small glowing footprints fading into the grass. Finn whispered softly, "I think I'll remember tonight forever." Jake hummed in agreement. Every quiet moment, it's part of the adventure too. The stars blinked slowly, the wind whispered through the trees, and the river murmured in its gentle rhythm. Every heartbeat of Ooo seemed to echo the same message. Magic is everywhere. Quiet magic, small acts, gentle care. It all matters. Finn closed his eyes completely, letting the warmth of friendship, love, and quiet magic fill him. Jake's tail curled even closer, his breath slow and steady. The puffball drifted upward, soft and glowing, and the night wrapped around them like a protective blanket. The Land of Ooo held them in its gentle embrace, humming softly with the rhythm of the universe. And in that calm, peaceful moment, the heroes drifted fully into sleep, hearts full, spirits light, surrounded by quiet wonder. Sleep now, little dreamer. The world is full of gentle magic, waiting for you in every quiet moment. The first hints of morning crept across the Land of Ooo, painting the horizon with pale gold and soft pink. The stars still lingered faintly, twinkling like tiny whispers of the night. The world seemed to hold its breath, lingering in the space between night and day. Finn and Jake lay in the meadow, the soft grass cradling them. Jake's tail curled gently around Finn, and both were wrapped in the last warmth of the night. Finn yawned softly. "Look, Jake, the sun's waking up too." Jake's eyes blinked slowly. "Yeah, even the sun knows to be gentle." Nearby, Marceline floated lazily above the treetops, her bass humming a soft, sleepy tune. PB walked quietly among the flowers, her hands brushing petals as if thanking them for their quiet beauty. Finn sat up, brushing dew from his sleeve. "I think, I like mornings like this. They feel soft." Jake stretched, letting the golden light wash over him. Soft mornings, quiet magic. That's the best kind of adventure. A tiny snow golem trudged across the grass, its faint glow reflecting the new light. Finn smiled. "Even little ones get to enjoy the sunrise." Jake nodded. "Yep, everyone deserves a moment like this." The puffball floated lazily above them, glowing faintly, a sleepy star that seemed to carry the last echoes of night. Finn reached out, letting the gentle light brush his fingers. "It's like the world's giving us a hug." Jake chuckled softly. "Exactly, little bro. Just one long, soft hug." PB stopped beside them, smiling faintly. There's something magical about noticing all of this, even the smallest things. Marceline floated down, landing beside PB. "It's like the world whispers to you if you listen." Finn looked around at the meadow, the soft light, the twinkling dew, the glowing snow golem, and the gentle hum of friends. He whispered softly, "Everything, even the quietest moments, is full of magic." A small group of birds fluttered overhead, their wings catching the sunlight. They chirped softly, like tiny greetings to the day. Finn listened, letting the sound mingle with Marceline's bass and PB's humming. Jake yawned. "See? Even the birds know the secret. Quiet magic is everywhere." Finn nodded. "I think, we just notice it. It makes everything better." The puffball drifted slowly across the meadow, scattering tiny specks of light like floating stars. The snow golem hummed, tiny glowing footprints fading into the morning dew. Every heartbeat of Ooo seemed to echo the same quiet truth. Magic is soft. Magic is gentle. Magic is everywhere. Finn lay back down on the grass, Jake curling beside him once again. PB knelt nearby, her hand resting on a flower, feeling the warmth of the day and the lingering glow of night. Marceline strummed a final, soft note, letting the sound drift through the meadow like a gentle lullaby. Finn whispered to Jake, "I think I'll remember this forever." Jake hummed softly, tail curling tighter. Every sunrise, every quiet moment, it's part of the adventure too. The wind carried faint whispers through the trees, the stars shimmered one last time, and the Land of Ooo seemed to pause, holding everyone in its gentle embrace. The golden light stretched further across the hills and streams, catching the shimmer of dew, the sparkle of petals, and the glow of tiny creatures stirring in the grass. Finn closed his eyes completely. Jake rested his head against him, eyes drifting shut. Marceline leaned against PB, letting the warmth of friendship fill her. PB smiled softly, feeling the quiet magic of Ooo settle into her chest. The puffball floated above them one last time, glowing faintly, then drifted into the sky like a tiny, sleepy star. And in that peaceful moment, the Land of Ooo, the heroes, and every little creature rested together, safe, loved, and surrounded by the soft, enduring magic of the world dot. And so, as the sun fully rose, the quiet magic of the night lingered in every heart. Every kind word, every act of care, every small moment of love. All of it was here, and all of it would remain. Sleep now, little dreamer. The Land of Ooo and all its gentle wonders will keep you safe in your dreams. The Land of Ooo was quiet tonight, the sky painted with soft hues of twilight. The air was cool, carrying the faint scent of pine and sweet candy blossoms. Finn and Jake wandered slowly along a winding forest path, their steps unhurried, letting the world speak in whispers. "Jake," Finn said softly, "sometimes I think growing up means learning how to let things go." Jake nodded, his voice calm and gentle. "Yeah, little bro. And sometimes letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It just means making space for new things, new feelings, new adventures, new friends." Finn glanced around at the familiar trees, their leaves shimmering faintly in the twilight. I guess it's hard sometimes," he whispered. "Yeah," Jake said, stretching lazily. "Especially when your heart wants to hold on tight, but letting go can be kind, for you and for everyone else." Ahead, a soft glow illuminated a quiet clearing. Marceline and Princess Bubblegum were there, sitting side by side, their expressions calm. They weren't laughing or talking loudly tonight. Instead, they were reflecting, letting their shared history and feelings settle quietly between them. PB whispered, "Even when we hurt each other, forgiveness keeps things moving. It's like a soft thread connecting hearts again." Marceline smiled faintly, nodding. "Yeah, forgiving doesn't mean it never hurt. It just means you're choosing to care anyway." Finn watched them from afar, understanding the lesson without words. Sometimes the bravest thing was not fighting monsters or racing across the land, but forgiving, letting go, and opening your heart again. A gentle wind stirred the leaves, carrying the faint notes of Marceline's bass. It hummed slowly like a heartbeat, reminding everyone that even small gestures, a soft note, a kind word, a simple smile could heal. Finn whispered to Jake, "It feels like love and friendship aren't just about fun adventures. They're also about learning, and sometimes about letting go." Jake nodded, eyes soft. "Exactly, bro. Life's full of lessons. Some quiet, some loud, but all of them matter. And when you take them in gently, they make your heart stronger." They reached a small stream, its water shimmering with the twilight glow. Finn knelt beside it, letting the water run over his fingers, smooth and calming. "Even this, it feels like a lesson," he murmured. "Water moves forward, never stopping, always finding a way. Maybe we can be like that too, moving forward, forgiving, growing." Jake curled beside him, tail wrapping softly around Finn. "And every step counts, little bro. Every choice, every hug, every I'm sorry, every thank you. It all matters." From above, the puffball drifted lazily, glowing softly. Its gentle light highlighted the forest path, the stream, the trees, and the friends walking quietly. Even the smallest creatures, the foxes, the snow golem, the fireflies seemed to breathe in the calm, letting the lessons of the heart settle in their tiny lives. Finn lay back on the soft grass, looking up at the fading light. He whispered, "I think the hardest lessons are the ones that teach you love the most." Jake hummed softly. Yep, They teach you to care, even when it's scary, even when it hurts. Marceline and PB walked past, leaving a soft melody behind them. The notes lingered in the air, mingling with the rustle of leaves and the soft murmuring of the stream. It was a gentle reminder that, even in the quietest moments, the heart learns. Forgiveness, letting go, and growing up, these lessons were not always easy, but they were beautiful, like the last glow of twilight before night fully settled. Finn sighed softly, closing his eyes. The warmth of understanding, the gentle power of lessons learned, and the soft hum of friendship wrapped around him like a blanket. Jake curled closer, their hearts beating in a quiet rhythm, steady and calm. The Land of Ooo seemed to breathe with them, holding them gently. The stars began to twinkle faintly above, carrying the quiet magic of all the lessons learned from small acts of kindness to the deepest understanding of the heart. And in the hush of the forest, with the soft glow of twilight lingering, Finn whispered once more, "Even when it's hard, love is always worth it." Jake's tail flicked slowly, a soft, comforting heartbeat. "Always, little bro. Always." Soft chimes fade, wind hushes, gentle lullaby tones linger. And so, under the quiet sky of Ooo, the heroes rested, hearts full of lessons, minds calm, spirits gentle. Sleep now, little dreamer. The Land of Ooo and its lessons from the heart will carry you softly into your dreams. The Land of Ooo was bathed in the soft glow of early twilight. The stars were beginning to shimmer faintly above, as if peeking through the veil between night and day. The world was quiet, holding its breath, letting every creature rest and reflect. Finn and Jake wandered slowly along a forest path, their steps careful, unhurried. The soft crunch of grass beneath their feet and the distant hum of a river filled the air with calm. "Jake," Finn whispered, "sometimes it's hard to forgive, isn't it?" Jake nodded slowly, eyes half closed. "Yeah, little bro. But forgiving doesn't mean you forget. It means you're letting your heart be free again." Finn looked up at the sky, tracing the faint constellations. "I guess holding on too tight, it makes everything heavier." Jake's voice was calm and soft. "Exactly. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It just means making room for peace, for new adventures, new smiles, new magic." A faint glow flickered through the trees. Marceline and PB were nearby, walking slowly. They didn't speak loudly. Instead, their steps were soft, careful, as if the forest itself respected their quiet reflection. PB said softly, "Even when we've hurt each other, forgiving, it's like opening a door to calm. You can't move forward if the door stays closed." Marceline nodded, her eyes reflecting the last hints of twilight. "Yeah, forgiveness isn't about forgetting. It's about choosing to care anyway." Finn watched from a distance, absorbing the gentle lesson without needing words. Sometimes the bravest things weren't battles or quests, but letting go of hurt, forgiving, and trusting your heart again. They came to a small clearing where fireflies glimmered in slow, lazy patterns. The glow of the fireflies reminded Finn that even the tiniest gestures, a soft note from Marceline, a smile from PB, a kind word to a friend, could heal hearts quietly and steadily. Jake lay down beside Finn, tail curling around him. "See, bro, even the smallest acts can teach the biggest lessons," Jake murmured. "Kindness, forgiveness, they're all magic in their own way." Finn closed his eyes, letting the soft rhythm of the night settle in his chest. He thought about all the friends he had met, All the adventures, all the mistakes, and all the moments of care. Even mistakes could teach lessons if you were willing to learn. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, carrying the faint, soft hum of Marceline's bass. Petey's quiet singing joined in, and the forest seemed to sway gently to the rhythm. Even the smallest creatures, foxes, snow golems, fireflies, rested in the calm, letting the quiet wisdom of the world settle around them. Finn whispered, "I think the hardest lessons are the ones that teach love the most." Jake's voice was soft and steady. "Exactly. Loving, forgiving, letting go, it's all part of growing up. And every step counts, little bro." They reached a small stream where the water glimmered with the reflected light of the first stars. Finn dipped his fingers into the cool, flowing water. "Even this, it's like a lesson," he murmured. "The water keeps moving forward, never stopping. Maybe we can do that too, keep moving forward even when it's hard." Jake leaned over, resting his head beside Finn. "Yep. Keep learning, keep caring, and let the world guide your heart." Marceline floated down to the edge of the stream, her bass humming a slow, comforting note. PB knelt beside her, watching the water, letting the calm settle into her chest. Together, they created a small bubble of peace in the world, a gentle, quiet lesson that hearts could heal, forgive, and grow stronger. Finn closed his eyes completely, feeling the warmth of friendship and understanding flow into him. Jake curled closer, their breaths sinking in the gentle rhythm of the night. The puffball floated above, casting a faint, protective glow. Even the snow golem rested nearby, its tiny heartbeat echoing the calm of the forest. Finn whispered, "Even when it's hard, love and care are always worth it." Jake hummed softly in agreement. "Always, little bro. Always." The stars twinkled faintly, the wind whispered through the trees, and the forest seemed to hold everyone in a gentle embrace. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every small act of care left a lingering warmth, a soft, quiet magic that could be carried anywhere. Finn and Jake drifted fully into sleep, wrapped in the lessons of the heart. Forgiveness, letting go, and the quiet strength that comes from love. And the Land of Ooo held them gently, humming a lullaby of understanding and peace. The Land of Ooo was wrapped in a delicate hush, the sky painted in soft twilight colors. The stars were beginning to wink faintly, like tiny reminders of every moment that had passed, every laugh, every tear, every small act of care. Finn and Jake walked slowly along a quiet path through the forest, the grass soft beneath their feet. Jake's tail flicked lazily, brushing Finn's arm in a gentle, comforting rhythm. "Jake," Finn whispered, "sometimes I'm scared of growing up, of changing too much." Jake stopped and looked at him, eyes soft and warm. "Little bro, change doesn't have to be scary. It's just life showing you new ways to care, new ways to see the world, new ways to love." Finn thought for a moment, tracing patterns in the dirt with his finger. "I guess even when things end or people leave, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just becomes part of who we are." Jake nodded. "Exactly. Every moment, happy, sad, or quiet, teaches us something. And that's the magic of growing." Ahead, Marceline floated gently through the trees, her bass humming a slow, soothing melody. PB followed, stepping lightly among the flowers, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of twilight. "You know," PB whispered, "learning to let go, it's like the sun setting. It doesn't mean the day was bad. It just makes space for tomorrow's light." Marceline smiled faintly. "Yeah, holding on to the hard stuff too tightly keeps you from seeing all the little joys waiting ahead. Finn watched them, understanding the lesson without needing words. Sometimes the hardest moments could teach the deepest truths, lessons about love, forgiveness, and the strength to move forward. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, carrying the soft hum of the forest. Even the small creatures, fireflies, foxes, and the tiny snow golem seemed to settle into the rhythm of the evening, letting the lessons of the heart sink in quietly. Finn whispered, "I think every hard moment has a gift in it." Jake's voice was calm and steady. "Yep. Sometimes the gift is patience. Sometimes it's courage. Sometimes it's just knowing you can feel it and keep going." The puffball floated nearby, its faint glow casting soft light on the path. Every blink of its gentle luminescence seemed to echo the same truth. Growth is quiet, gentle, and always worth it. They reached a small clearing where the river reflected the twilight sky. Finn knelt beside the water, letting it ripple softly over his fingers. "Even the water, it keeps moving forward," he murmured. "Maybe that's how we're supposed to be, gentle but always moving, learning and caring." Jake rested beside him, breathing slowly. "Exactly. Every ripple counts, little bro. Every choice, every hug, every I'm sorry. It shapes who we are." Marceline floated down, resting beside PB. Their presence was quiet but comforting, a gentle reminder that love and friendship remain even through change. Finn closed his eyes, letting the soft rhythm of the forest wrap around him. He thought of all the times he had been scared, angry, or sad, and all the times he had laughed, helped a friend, or felt loved. Every moment had been a lesson, gently shaping his heart, teaching him to grow and forgive. Jake curled even closer, their breaths sinking in a quiet rhythm. The puffball hovered above, a small star of light, pulsing slowly like a heartbeat. Even the snow golem rested nearby, tiny glowing eyes blinking slowly, reflecting the soft peace of the evening. "Jake," Finn whispered, "I think I understand now. Change isn't something to fear. It's part of the adventure, too." Jake hummed softly. "Yep, little bro. And every adventure leaves something behind, a lesson, a memory, a gentle light that stays with you." The stars began to shine a little brighter, as if echoing their thoughts. Every heartbeat of Ooo seemed to murmur the same message. Every moment teaches, every feeling matters, every choice shapes the heart. Finn and Jake lay down together, wrapped in the gentle embrace of the forest and the soft glow of twilight. PB and Marceline rested nearby, letting the music of their presence drift over the meadow. Even the smallest creatures slept quietly, letting the lessons of the heart settle gently round them. The wind whispered through the trees, the river rippled softly, and the stars twinkled faintly above. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every quiet act of care lingered like soft light, leaving a gentle warmth in every heart. Finn and Jake drifted fully into sleep, hearts calm, minds reflective, spirits gentle. The Land of Ooo held them softly, humming a lullaby of growth, love, and understanding. The Land of Ooo was bathed in the soft golden glow of morning, the sky a mixture of warm pinks and pale blues. The stars were fading slowly, leaving behind faint twinkles that whispered of all the nights and lessons that had come before. The world seemed to exhale, settling into calm after the quiet reflections of the night. Finn and Jake walked slowly through a quiet meadow, their footsteps soft against the dewy grass. Jake's tail curled around Finn, warm and steady, as they breathed in the gentle morning air. "Jake," Finn said softly, "I think I'm ready to accept things now, even the hard stuff. Jake's eyes were calm, a gentle smile tugging at his mouth. That's right, little bro. Accepting doesn't mean forgetting. It just means your heart has room for peace, and for new magic, too. Finn looked around at the meadow, the shimmering dew, the faint glow of the puffball, the soft hum of the river nearby. Everything seemed alive, pulsing quietly with lessons of the heart. Forgiveness, patience, love, and letting go. Nearby, Marceline floated lazily through the morning light, her bass humming a soft, steady tune. PB walked alongside her, fingers brushing gently over the petals of flowers that glowed faintly in the soft sun. They didn't speak. Their presence alone reminded Finn and Jake that even when words were unnecessary, the heart could still teach and soothe. PB whispered softly, "Acceptance is the quiet magic that lets your heart rest. It's the gentle understanding that everything changes. And that's okay." Marceline nodded. "Every ending is just another beginning. You can carry love, kindness, and lessons with you wherever you go." Finn closed his eyes and breathed deeply. The soft morning breeze seemed to carry all the wisdom of the night. Every lesson learned, every hug shared, every quiet act of care. The snow golem trudged through the meadow, leaving tiny, sparkling footprints behind. Even its slow, simple movements seemed full of meaning, small reminders that life moves forward gently, one step at a time. Finn whispered, "Even little things, like these footprints, leave a mark." Jake hummed softly, "Exactly, little bro. Every act of love, every choice to forgive, it stays with you. It becomes part of your heart." Above them, the puffball floated, its faint glow pulsing slowly. The gentle rhythm of its light mirrored the heartbeat of the world, soft and steady, carrying a quiet message. Peace comes when the heart learns to accept. Finn lay down in the grass, letting the morning warmth settle over him. Jake curled beside him, tail wrapped around Finn like a protective blanket. Marceline rested nearby, her bass humming faintly, and PB knelt beside her, soft sunlight warming her face. Finn whispered, "I think I understand now. Even the hard moments, the scary ones, they're part of the adventure too." Jake nodded, voice soft. "Every lesson, every tear, every smile, it shapes who we are. And that's a beautiful thing." The wind whispered through the trees, carrying faint melodies and the soft rustle of leaves. Even the smallest creatures, foxes, fireflies, snow golems, settled quietly, letting the peace of the morning wrap around them. The stars above twinkled one last time, fading into the soft blue of the day. Finn and Jake drifted fully into sleep, hearts calm and steady. The gentle lessons of the night. Forgiveness, growth, letting go, and love nestled deep inside them, like soft, glowing embers, keeping them warm and safe. Marceline and PB watched quietly, letting the serenity of the meadow fill their hearts. Every small act of care, every word of kindness, every quiet moment of understanding lingered like light, filling Ooo with gentle magic. Finn murmured in his sleep, "It's okay. Everything's okay." Jake hummed in agreement, the soft sound blending with the gentle rhythm of the world. The Land of Ooo held them all softly, cradling hearts and spirits in a quiet lullaby. Every lesson learned, every challenge faced, and every act of love had led to this peaceful moment. And in the hush of the morning, with the soft glow of dawn around them, the heroes of Ooo rested safe, loved, and full of gentle understanding. The Land of Ooo lay quiet under the pale glow of early morning, a gentle hush wrapping every hill, river, and tree. The sky stretched wide and calm, streaked with soft pinks and golds that promised a new day. Even the stars lingered faintly, like tiny reminders of all of the lessons, laughter, and quiet moments of the night. Finn and Jake wandered slowly through a dew-kissed meadow, letting each step settle them deeper into the calm of the morning. Jake's tail curled around Finn, soft and steady, and Finn felt the warmth of friendship fill him from head to toe. "Jake," Finn whispered softly, "I think I'm finally ready to carry everything I've learned." Jake's eyes twinkled faintly, warm and reassuring. "Every lesson, little bro forgiveness, love, letting go, growing up, it's all yours now. You don't have to worry about holding it all at once. Your heart knows the way." Finn glanced around at the meadow, the puffball glowing faintly above, the tiny fireflies flickering in the grass, the soft sparkle of the dew. "It feels like everything's at peace," he murmured. Jake nodded. "That's because it is. The world's magic, the quiet, gentle kind, is always here when you need it." Nearby, Marceline floated lazily above the grass, strumming a soft, slow tune on her bass. PB walked gently beside her, touching the flowers as if thanking them for their quiet beauty. They didn't need words. The music and the presence were enough to remind everyone that love, care, and gentle understanding linger, even when unspoken. PB whispered softly, "Everything we've experienced, all the times we've hurt, forgave, or learned, it's all part of the heart's journey." Marceline nodded, eyes reflecting the soft morning glow. "Every moment shapes us, little by little, until our hearts are full and ready for the next adventure." Finn sat down in the grass, letting the soft morning sunlight warm him. "Even the hard times," he murmured, "I think they make the good times even brighter." Jake curled closer, voice gentle and steady. "Oh, exactly, bro. Every struggle, every lesson, it's part of the rhythm of life. And now we get to rest and let our hearts soak it all in." The puffball floated lazily above, glowing faintly, scattering tiny pulses of light like whispers of peace. Even the snow golem trudged slowly through the meadow, its tiny glow fading softly as it rested beneath a tree. Every heartbeat of Ooo seemed to echo the same message. Peace comes when the heart accepts, forgives, and carries love gently. Finn leaned back against Jake, closing his eyes completely. The warmth of friendship, the quiet glow of the morning, and the soft hum of life around him wrapped his heart in gentle comfort. Jake hummed softly, tail curling even closer. "Rest now, little bro. All the lessons, all the love, all the care, it's yours forever." Marceline floated down beside PB, letting her bass's soft note linger in the air. PB smiled faintly, letting the quiet rhythm of the meadow settle into her chest. The small creatures of Ooo fireflies, foxes, snow golems nestled into the grass, joining the lullaby of peace. Finn whispered in a sleepy murmur, Everything's okay now." Jake's voice was soft, almost a hum. "Yes, everything is okay. Always." The wind whispered through the trees, the river rippled softly, and the soft glow of morning stretched across the land of Ooo. Every heartbeat, every gentle sigh, every quiet act of love lingered like warm light, leaving a lasting glow in every heart. Finn and Jake drifted fully into sleep, safe and calm. The puffball floated above, fading into the morning light, like a tiny, sleepy star. Marceline rested beside PB, soft melodies flowing quietly, blending with the gentle hum of the world. All the small creatures rested too, letting the lessons of the heart settle softly around them. The land of Ooo held them gently, humming a lullaby of acceptance, love, forgiveness, and growth. Every challenge, every hug, every tear and smile, all had led to this perfect, peaceful moment. And as the sun rose higher, bathing the meadow in warm gold, the quiet magic of the night remained in every heart. Love endures, lessons remain, peace follows, and the heart always finds its gentle rest. Sleep now, little dreamer. Carry the lessons of the heart, love, forgiveness, acceptance, and growth into your dreams. The Land of Ooo and its gentle magic will guide you safely, always. The Land of Ooo was bathed in the soft glow of twilight, the sky a gentle swirl of deep purples, soft blues, and hints of starlight. Finn and Jake lay on a hilltop, gazing up at the endless sky, their hearts full from the adventures and lessons of the day. "Jake," Finn whispered, voice slow and soft, "it feels like the whole world is ready for sleep." Jake stretched, tail curling lazily around him. "Yeah, little bro. The stars are twinkling just for us. Let's take one last adventure, a quiet one. Just drifting." Above them, the puffball floated softly, a tiny star of light, glowing faintly and pulsing with a sleepy rhythm. The gentle hum of the forest, the river, and the distant hills filled the air like a soft lullaby. Finn closed his eyes for a moment, letting the gentle magic of Ooo wrap around him. He imagined himself lifting off the hill, floating gently above the trees, past the rivers that sparkled like liquid starlight, past the small creatures who slept in the quiet meadows. Jake yawned, stretching his limbs. "See, bro, we can float anywhere we want. Just let go and drift." The stars above twinkled brighter as if nodding in agreement, each one a soft beacon guiding them through the skies. The moon cast a gentle silver glow, tracing soft paths across the clouds, inviting Finn and Jake to drift higher, weightless and calm. As they floated, Finn whispered to Jake, "It feels like Ooo itself is saying goodnight to us." Jake's voice was a slow hum, It is. Every hill, every river, every tree, even the tiniest firefly, is whispering sleep and peace. Below, the familiar landscapes of Ooo stretched out like a patchwork quilt, Candy Kingdom glowing faintly, the tree fort bathed in soft moonlight, distant mountains outlined in gentle silver. Even the snow golem rested in a quiet clearing, tiny glowing eyes blinking softly before closing. Finn let out a deep sigh, letting the calm of the night fill him. He imagined the gentle wind lifting him higher past forests and rivers, past hills and valleys, letting every worry and thought float away with the stars. The puffball hovered beside them, its glow casting tiny flickering lights that danced across the clouds. It hummed a gentle rhythm, slow and steady like the heartbeat of Ooo itself. Finn whispered, "It's so peaceful. I can almost hear the world breathing." Jake chuckled softly. "That's because it is, little bro. And now we get to breathe with it." As they drifted higher, the sky seemed endless, filled with soft glimmers of magic and light. Finn and Jake held onto each other, letting the warmth of friendship wrap around them as the world below grew smaller and quieter. Even the stars seemed to lean closer, twinkling in soft, slow patterns that mirrored the gentle rhythm of the night. Every constellation felt familiar, like old friends smiling down, whispering stories of adventure, love, and laughter. Finn whispered, voice barely audible, "Good night, Ooo. Thank you for everything today." Jake hummed softly, tail curled around him. "Good night, little bro. And good night, everyone. See you in dreams." The gentle hum of the puffball, the slow twinkle of stars, and the soft rustle of the wind combined into a lullaby. The feeling of floating weightless, calm, and safe wrapped around them like a soft blanket. As the hilltops and rivers of Ooo drifted further below, Finn and Jake rose higher, carried by the gentle magic of the night. Every leaf, every firefly, every sparkling river seemed to wave a soft goodbye, wishing them peaceful rest. The clouds cradled them, the moon guided them, and the stars whispered their quiet, twinkling lullabies. Finn closed his eyes completely, letting the sensation of floating through Ooo take him deeper into calm. Jake curled closer, letting their warmth and friendship drift with them as they rose above the land they loved so dearly. The sky stretched endlessly, soft and quiet, filled with the gentle glow of magic, love, and the lessons of the heart. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every soft thought blended into the rhythm of Ooo, inviting them and the listener to drift gently into sleep. And in that soft, infinite sky, Finn whispered one last time, "Good night, Ooo. Good night, friends. See you in our dreams." Jake hummed softly, the sound a slow, comforting wave, and together they floated higher, surrounded by the gentle magic of the night. The sky above Ooo was now a deep, velvety blue dotted with countless stars that twinkled softly, like tiny lullabies drifting across the night. Finn and Jake floated gently above the familiar landscapes, weightless and calm, carried by the soft rhythm of the universe. "Look at it, Jake," Finn whispered, voice slow and dreamy. "The whole land of Ooo, quiet and calm." Jake yawned, tail curled lazily around him. "Everything's at peace, little bro. Every friend, every hill, every river, even the tiniest firefly is resting." Below, the tree fort glimmered faintly, the Candy Kingdom's towers glowing softly, and the hills and valleys stretched quietly, bathed in silver moonlight. The gentle hum of life, soft and steady, carried up to them, wrapping them in a cocoon of safety and warmth. Finn closed his eyes, letting the soft glow of the puffball beside them wash over him. It pulsed slowly like a heartbeat, a reminder that, even as they floated, they were not alone. The magic of Ooo, the love of friends, and the comfort of home were always with them. "Jake," Finn murmured, "it feels like we're flying inside a dream." Jake's voice was soft, steady, almost a hum. "We are. And you get to stay here as long as you like, floating, drifting, letting the magic of Ooo carry you." Above them, the stars twinkled in gentle rhythm, tracing paths across the sky as if guiding their way through the night. The clouds below were soft pillows, drifting slowly, carrying hints of silver moonlight that sparkled like tiny fairy dust across the horizon. They floated past rivers that shimmered like liquid starlight, past forests that whispered softly in the breeze, past mountains outlined faintly in moonlight. Even the tiniest creatures, the foxes curled in the grass, the snow golem resting in its clearing, and the puffball's gentle glow all seemed to join in the lullaby of night. Finn whispered, voice barely audible. "It's like Ooo is saying, everything's okay. You're safe. You're loved." Jake hummed, a soft, steady tune blending with the wind. "It is. And it always will be, little bro. Just float and let the magic carry you." Above the land, the sky stretched endlessly, soft and quiet, filled with infinite possibilities. The stars seemed to blink slowly, twinkling in time with Finn and Jake's steady breathing. The gentle hum of the universe, the river, the wind, the faint whispers of the trees became a lullaby, inviting all who listened to drift completely into calm. Finn reached out a hand, letting it brush a glowing star. "It feels so peaceful," he whispered. Jake's tail flicked lazily, brushing Finn's shoulder. "Yep, floating through dreams, safe and warm. That's the best adventure of all." The puffball hovered above them, pulsing softly, scattering tiny flickers of light across the clouds. Every flicker seemed to carry a whisper: love, friendship, magic, calm. All is well. Finn and Jake floated side by side, letting the world shrink beneath them, letting every worry drift away like a gentle cloud. Even the snow golem far below seemed to pulse faintly in quiet rhythm with them, like a tiny heartbeat of Ooo itself. Finn murmured one last time, voice soft and sleepy. "Good night, Ooo. Good night, friends. Thank you for everything." Jake hummed softly in reply, a steady, comforting sound. "Good night, little bro. See you in our dreams." The stars twinkled once more, the wind whispered softly, and the rivers of Ooo shimmered faintly below. Every heartbeat, every sigh, every gentle thought blended into the soft rhythm of the night. Finn and Jake drifted fully into sleep, hearts light and calm. The puffball glowed faintly one last time, then floated upward, merging with the stars, carrying the soft magic of Ooo into the dreamscape. The land of Ooo lay peaceful, wrapped in soft twilight and gentle starlight. Every friend, every tree, every hill and river whispered quiet comfort. "Rest now, little dreamer. The magic of Ooo is always with you." And as Finn and Jake floated high above the land, drifting through soft clouds and twinkling stars, the gentle lullaby of Ooo carried them and the listener completely into dreams. Sleep now, little dreamer. Float above Ooo with Finn and Jake, surrounded by magic, friendship, and peace. Let the gentle skies carry you softly into the sweetest dreams. Finn and Jake drifted higher above Ooo, weightless and calm, surrounded by soft clouds and twinkling stars. The land below shimmered faintly, the Candy Kingdom glowing softly, The tree fort outlined in silver, the rivers like liquid moonlight, but the world felt far away now, peaceful and serene. Jake, Finn whispered, voice slow and dreamy. It's like we're sailing through a dream, floating above everything we know. Jake yawned, tail curling lazily around Finn. Exactly, little bro. And dreams are safe, full of magic and friends. And every adventure we've had lives here too. Above them, the puffball glowed faintly, pulsing in slow rhythm, scattering tiny sparks of light like stardust. Every blink of its glow seemed to carry a whisper of calm, rest, love, peace, and wonder. Finn closed his eyes, letting the soft glow and the gentle hum of the night wash over him. Wow. The stars blinked slowly, like tiny eyes watching over the world, twinkling softly to lull every heart into calm. The clouds beneath them cradled their weightless forms, carrying them higher and higher into the soft night sky. Do you think, everyone down there is asleep too? Finn murmured. Jake's voice was soft, steady, almost a hum. Yep. Every friend, every creature, every tree and hill, all resting. And now we get to float with them in dreams. They drifted past mountains that glittered faintly with moonlight, over rivers that shimmered like trails of silver, and through forests that whispered with gentle wind. The soft rustle of leaves, the distant murmur of water, and the faint hum of Marceline's bass blended into a lullaby only Ooo could sing. Finn let out a deep, contented sigh. It feels like the whole world is holding us gently. Jake nodded, tail flicking softly. That's right, bro. Floating through dreams held by magic, love, and friendship. Nothing else matters right now. Above them, the sky stretched endlessly, filled with soft twinkles, drifting clouds, and faint whispers of starlight. The puffball floated nearby, pulsing gently like a heartbeat of Ooo itself. Every soft flicker reminded them, this is the moment to rest, to drift, to let go. Finn whispered softly, good night, Ooo. Good night, friends. Thank you for everything. Jake hummed, slow and soothing. Good night, little bro. See you in dreams where everything is soft and calm. The land of Ooo below shimmered faintly, peaceful and quiet. Even the smallest creatures, fireflies, foxes, and the snow golem rested, carrying the gentle magic of night. The stars above blinked in unison, twinkling slow and steady as if signaling a lullaby across the world. Finn and Jake floated higher, cradled by clouds and starlight, their hearts light, calm, and full of love. Every lesson, every hug, every small act of kindness and care lingered around them like warm, soft light. Do you feel it, Jake? Finn murmured sleepily. The magic of Ooo, in every corner, in every heart? Jake's tail flicked lazily. I do, little bro. And now it's carrying us straight into dreams. Float with it, and let it hold you. The puffball glimmered faintly one last time, drifting into the stars. Marceline and PB's soft melodies floated up from the land below, blending with the rustle of trees and the shimmer of rivers. Every heartbeat of Ooo seemed to slow, matching Finn and Jake's own until it was one gentle, steady rhythm. Peace, love, magic, and sleep. Finn murmured in his final sleepy whisper, good night. Ooo. Good night. Everything's okay. Jake hummed softly in reply. Always, little bro. Always. The clouds, the stars, the wind, and every heartbeat of the land of Ooo cradled them gently. Their bodies floated, weightless and calm. Their hearts carried every lesson, every friendship, and every quiet moment of magic. The puffball faded into the sky, leaving behind soft trails of glowing light, like dreams made visible. The land of Ooo rested beneath them, peaceful and still. Every hill, river, tree, and friend whispered softly, "Sleep now, little dreamer. Let the magic of Ooo guide you." Finn and Jake drifted higher, floating on soft clouds of starlight, carried completely into sleep. And as the final lullaby of Ooo wrapped around them, the gentle magic whispered one last time, "Love endures, friendship lasts, magic is everywhere, and every heart can rest softly, safely, always." The land of Ooo lay quiet beneath the soft glow of twilight, now fully embraced by the gentle night. Rivers shimmered faintly, forests whispered softly, and even the mountains seemed to breathe slowly, calm and serene. Finn and Jake floated gently above it all, weightless, carried by the magic of Ooo and the warm glow of starlight. "Jake," Finn whispered, voice slow and sleepy. "Everything looks so peaceful from up here." Jake yawned, curling his tail around Finn. "That's right, little bro. All of Ooo is resting, just like us. The hills, the rivers, the smallest firefly, all wrapped in calm." The puffball hovered above them, glowing softly, scattering tiny flickers of light across the clouds like gentle stardust. Its rhythm pulsed like a heartbeat, slow and steady, carrying the quiet magic of the land upward into the night sky. Finn closed his eyes, letting the warmth of friendship and the gentle magic of Ooo wrap around him. He imagined drifting past the tree fort, past the Candy Kingdom's towers glowing faintly in silver, past the hills and valleys that stretched like a soft, endless quilt below. "Do you think everyone is asleep too?" Finn murmured. Jake's voice was calm and soothing. "Yep. Every friend, every creature, every corner of Ooo, drifting softly into dreams." Above them, the stars twinkled slowly, blinking gently as if joining